record on this computer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started, you guys. Neither one of you were on January's kickoff call, so I am going to introduce myself, especially because there's a couple other people who cannot hop on this because of the Super Bowl, and I understand that that's a big deal. Apparently, there's like something going on today.
I didn't even realize it was today, to be honest. I don't pay attention to that stuff, so.
You know, it really hasn't been a part of our life in a long time, and so, I mean, I knew it was going on. I mean, to me, it's kind of, we go to church and they're talking about like, oh, look at all you guys here, you know, even though it's the Super Bowl, and I'm like, Super Bowl doesn't start for hours, but
Right.
we don't have regular TV anymore, so I would have to make an extra effort. And it just isn't that important to us. So, but I know it is important to lots of people, and that's okay. It's funny, I was reading an article, and I think this is really relevant to right now. I was reading this really interesting article about how there's like half the population that's like gung-ho January 1st. They're like, yeah, rock on, New Year. And then there's like 25% out of the, you know, there's 25% that just don't care. They just like flat out don't care. None of it matters at all. And then there's the other, like that middle 25% that really see the Monday after the Super Bowl as the real start to the year, that they think that's the push that's going to get them healthy. You know, they're fine with getting healthy. They want that, but they want to wait until, for whatever reason, after the Super Bowl. They need that like one evening or afternoon of binge eating, and then, you know, and then now I'm ready. You know, obviously that's not the mindset of this group. That's not the mindset I'm going to promote. And that's not the mindset that I hope and pray for my challengers. You know, to me, every single start of a new day is a new chance to be healthy. It's a new chance to pick something new that's healthy every moment of every day. You guys are going to notice in the group, I promote progress over perfection constantly, because you are going to be faced at every twist and every turn throughout the day, not even the week or the month. Like, don't even encapsulate big things. Like in the afternoon, in your time at work, in every moment, there's going to be times where you get to make the choice. Am I going to choose, you know, Linda, you were talking about it's hard right now for you to find time to work out because you've got a guest living in your house and the dynamics of that. It's still a choice. Every single moment is a choice. You have a choice to pick up sweet tea, or you have a choice to pick up water. You have a choice to drink coffee and eat, you know, a granola bar for breakfast, or you have a choice to make a shake. Like every moment of every day, you're presented with these choices, and you're not always going to make the best choice. That's to be expected. And I don't think any kind of mindset toward perfection is going to be beneficial to anybody. You make the best choice, and so what if you screw up? You don't waste the rest of the day. I think we've all hit that mindset at some point where it's like, oh, well, screwed up at 2, you know, because somebody brought in cake at work for a coworker's birthday, and I had a huge slice, like totally binge ate cake. And then, so what for dinner? Who cares? We're just going to order pizza. And then, you know what? There's candy from the kids from Halloween. I might as well have some of that. I'll start back tomorrow, or I skip my workout, so it doesn't even matter. Like every single moment, you're just going to make the next healthy decision. Just put away, you know, I think that's where Satan traps us, is that like that shame cycle that begins when you make one bad choice or one poor choice. I hate using the words good and bad, but like one poor choice. I mean, we would never tell somebody else that, so we're not going to treat ourselves that way too. This month, February's boot camp is this, what is it? Self-love is the new black. I think hopefully I've shared it enough in my social media for you guys. And I hope I just radiate the fact that self-love from a worldly concept makes me want to puke. Like, I hate the selfish nature that type of image can promote. What I want to shift that into is self-worth and self-respect. And you're going to treat yourself well, not because of something you've done or you haven't done or you need to do, but because you were created by God, who created this incredible being that you get to live out, and you get to be that person. So it's not because of something you did. It's not anything about that. It's about who you were created to be. And so we're going to treat ourselves with the respect, you know, I was talking about in my social media earlier this week, and I was having a conversation with a friend on a hike. Like, you both are mothers, so you understand this. If you saw your child stand in the mirror and grab their fat roll and like look disgustingly at themselves and talk just awful to themselves. You're so fat. You're so ugly. God, you're so dumb. Why can't you get that better job? Why can't he talk to you in a better way? Why can't he do this? If you saw your child do that, you would shake them. Like, you would grab them and shake them, because that's not who you created them. You brought life into this world. You didn't create them to speak disgustingly to themselves. And my belief system tells me that God feels the same way about me, that God created me and he knit me in my mother's womb. And now he's not going to watch me just sit there and berate myself. Like, and he's not going to sit there and watch me eat my feelings. And he's not going to sit there and watch me be a sloth because I just don't feel like exercising. He wants me to be healthy and nourished because that's who he created me to be. So that's what Self-Love is the New Black is all about. So that's what the posts are going to be about this month. I am going to walk you through, before we kind of stop and go through a couple of little health goals. I mean, both of you guys have had a Getting Started Right call, so I don't really feel like we need to like dissect the program. I'll briefly outline what we're going to do, but I do want to actually, especially because you're new to the group, I want to introduce you to the group and show you some of the cool things in it, because I think even the people watching the recording of this will learn some new things that maybe they didn't learn before. So I'm going to pull that up and screen share really quick. Okay, so this is the Team Nourish Virtual Bootcamp. So hopefully, you both are in it. And whoever is watching the recording, hopefully you're watching the recording because you're in here. Every night there is, I got to scroll back a little bit to last times. Okay, you're going to see a post. It's not going to look like this because this is January's, but it's a check-in post. It goes up, I think I have an assistant who schedules all my stuff. I think it's scheduled for 7 p.m. Eastern, maybe 8. I don't know. I think it's 7 or 8. Ooh, somebody else is on. Hi! Yay, baby! Oh my goodness, I love babies. I'm so glad you're hopping on. So every night you're going to see a post like this. And one of the biggest questions that I got last time, and so I want to make sure I address it. Let me see somebody who did it. No, she didn't. Okay. Sometimes you're going to see this. So, you're going to list your workout, and then most people are putting their water, and you'll see maybe it'll say a 1 or a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Some people list it as ounces if that's what's beneficial to them. But if you see a small number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's because they're rating themselves on a scale of 1 to 5. Some people do not find it beneficial to list out their food. They get very comparison mindset-y. They, if it wasn't perfect, they feel like they can't post, that kind of thing. So I developed this rating scale so that you can have your own system of checkpointing. So if, 1 being Doritos and hot dogs and chips and soda all day long with nothing healthy. 5 being directly on point for your goals. So that means you're following your meal plan, you ate clean, whole, unprocessed food, that kind of thing. And then 2 through 4 is just where you are in between that. So, 3 is kind of, it was okay. Could have been way better, but it was that. So like Talia here, she put 2, totally gave into party food. So for her, that's her checkpoint. I personally find it helpful for me to list out what I had. I know Lisa said it really helps me to list out what I had so that I can see it. And that's the thing that I want to emphasize on this. Again, it's not about comparison. Jennifer and Adrian and Tammy and Lisa and Talia and myself, we're not in competition to see who ate the best during the day. It's about you and your journey. So you can look I think it's really inspiring to look at other people's and think, ooh, shrimp paella, that sounds really good. I'm going to make sure I put that in mine. Or beach bar, what is that? Like, and ask and say like, hey, throw me that recipe. I love when people do that because I see people like interacting and encouraging one another. Or people will say like what they're grateful for. That's another part of the prompt. Because I find that very helpful for myself to keep gratitude at the forefront. So even if you've had the worst day ever, keeping gratitude right there will help you. You can always find something good in every single day. But if something inspires you, ask that person a question. Maybe they had a hard day. Speak a word of encouragement to them. I think one of the best things about this is that it's not my group. Like, yes, I facilitate it. Yes, I lead Team Nourish, but this is a community. It's not about well, Danielle's the only one that can answer a question, or Danielle's the only one that can provide encouragement. I don't want that on me. I've got how many people are in here? 60 people. Like, if that were all up to me, I would fall apart. Like, the best part about this is that it's a team effort, that we're all encouraging and supporting one another. So that's one of the features that you'll see every night. The other feature is that every morning I'll say 1 a.m. my time, but that's because I'm in Hawaii and I'm 5 hours behind Eastern time. So it's 6 a.m. Eastern. There's going to be some kind of prompt. I would encourage you to read it and do whatever the prompt is. So this was January 30th, but fill in the blank. This month I had or dealt with blank, yet I kept my goals at the top of my mind, blah, 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 because I'm clapping for myself. Then, so it's not like, if it says action item, that doesn't mean just think about it. It means copy it, paste it, fill in the blank. Like, it really is a very easy thing. And then I always try to remind people, like, if there's things coming up, like, don't forget tomorrow is results in progress photo day, so that you aren't thinking like, oh my God, I have such a busy morning. So, like, you can already say like, oh, I know I have to put that on my agenda for tomorrow, that I'm going to take my progress photos. Always remember that the files section in this group is massive and exclusive to this group. No other group has these files. Specifically, my meal plan is huge. I've started developing that month to month for people. I feel like a lot of people, Ashley, we talked about this when you're getting started, right? Call that, like, that's such a hang up for so many people. It's like, everything else, you're trying to get in a new routine of working out. You're trying to, maybe your spouse isn't supportive. Maybe you've got a kid crawling all over you. The last thing you want to do is sit down and meal plan. I want to take some of that burden off, because it's very easy for me. Like, to me, it's not only a part of, like, my job as a coach, like, it's extra accountability for me. Like, that's the best part of being a coach, is that if I didn't have all of you guys in this, I would have fallen off a long time ago. I would not have lost 75 pounds. I would not have done any of this. I need the support of this group just as much as you need the support that you joined in for. So, there is the meal planner. This is the other thing that I wanted to introduce you to. A lot of people are very, oh God, that's really big. Sorry. Let's make it a little smaller. A lot of people like trackers and planners and stuff like that. If you're a paper person, feel free to print this off. Has some great little things in here. If you're the kind of person that can't remember the things that they ate, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of ways to keep track of that, but this is one of them. And then if you are a checklist kind of person, this might be very helpful for you. I went through my routine of what I feel like has helped carry me through and continued. And these are just some of the things that have really made a big impact on my day. So morning stretches or my workout, which mine is my workout. I do some meditations and deep breathing kind of things, because that brings oxygen back into the brain after a long night of it's not being starved for oxygen, but you're not flooding it with big bursts of fresh air. I find that it helps me think more clearly, especially in the morning when I'm tired and I don't want to do that. Half the time I do my deep breathing in bed, so it makes me want to get up. I always try to encourage people to drink water before they have anything else touch their lips. Some morning affirmations, mine are scripture related. I have some on my mirror. So as I'm brushing my teeth, I go through those. I have some that are business related about my big goals that I have for this year. I keep a gratitude journal. I have an app on my phone it might be just called Gratitude. No, it's called Morning. Sorry, Morning. And it just has like 3 little prompts of what are you grateful for. So I try to start my day with gratitude. And then I always check the group, as I'm getting my shake made and stuff like that. So anyways, that's just some of the things I wanted to introduce you to there. The other thing that I want to introduce you to, because maybe you looked at my meal plan and you're like, this sucks, and I don't like this meal plan, and I don't like any of the food that's on it. You can go in here. Where is it? Why am I the big one that says meal plans. Hi. There are tons of meal plans. This used to be a part of the group where people were uploaded their meal plans. These are a lot of my meal plans. If you are more of these are some breakfast ideas, lunch ideas, snack ideas, dinner ideas. This may be more helpful to you than the other one that I developed, but something to consider. And then a couple of other little resources I wanted to introduce you to before we kind of go. So these are some of the BOD workout calendars. If you've decided like, oh, I don't really want to do like one singular program, you can always go and do one of these hybrids that we've created. So you can download that and print it off. But I think all of you have specific workout programs. So we're going to stop share. And I think now is probably a good time to introduce a cool new thing that I am doing just for the month of February in our group. I'm also going to write everybody's name down for the drawing. So this month, because it's Valentine's Day, because it's February, because it's all love and self-love and self-care, I am going to do a drawing at the end of the month. So what is it? It's a leap year, so February 29th. Thank you, Linda. I'm like, perhaps the 29th. Hi, baby. I'm going to be doing a drawing for the person. And I know this is going to be so silly sounding, but it's a part of getting comfortable with yourself. And I know that's so silly, but it's sweaty selfies. So the person that posts the most sweaty selfies, which obviously like you can't post 4 sweaty selfies of the same workout and count that as 4 times. Like, one sweaty selfie a workout, please. But the person who posts the most sweaty selfies in the month of February is going to be entered into a drawing for a $50 spa gift certificate in your hometown. So if you are the winner, I'm going to contact you and say, hey, what's your hometown? I'm going to Google it, look it up, find the best spa, give you a $50 gift card to it. So I'm really excited to be doing that because I think it's such a silly thing that we all are like, yeah, sweaty selfie. But it also helps us get comfortable with ourselves. It helps us. I meet so many moms and so many women that are like, I hate taking pictures of myself. Like, I hate being in pictures. I'm always hiding. And that's not self-love. That's not self-worth. You're telling yourself you're not worth taking a picture of, and that's complete bull, right? Like, because you're beautiful. God created you. You don't need to think anything else. So the other thing, let's see, I'm going to write down everybody's name who is on this call, because I have a really cool prize that I'm going to be doing for our giveaway for this call. And I'm only doing one prize because all of my new people are going to get a cute little Valentine's baggie from me. But this is it's like a little tear off calendar thing. It's small, but it's from the book, You Are a Badass. I read the book probably, gosh, I don't even know, 4 years ago. And it's one of those things, it seemed so silly. Like, it's such a silly book, but everybody was raving about it. And I listened to the book, and there's so many little nuggets in there. And she has so many wonderful little things in that book. And this is like a little tear off calendar of fun little things from the book. So let's see who's going to get that. I have my fun acai bowl here. Okay. Ashley. Yay, you won. Ashley is going to be getting a fun.
I didn't want a silent cheer. Yay. Thank you.
And Adrian and Linda, for being on the call, you're going to get the little Valentine's package. It's just a cute little like goodie bag of things that you get for being on the call, for saying thank you, for me to say thank you to you. So good. I think that's it. That's all I had on my list to cover. But Linda, can you unmute yourself? Because I know you've been in this group before, in one of the boot camps. Can you tell me what workout program you're going to be committing to this month?
Again, I'm probably going to start from the beginning of Lift 4 again, because I've gotten away in a month. I feel like my muscles feel like they're kind of soft again.
Yeah.
I loved Joel. Can't wait for his new 100 rounds. So I'll probably start with that again and get started on that. Plus, it works into the 4-day workouts because I'll also be doing some walking for I have a 15K and an 8K on the end of this month on the 22nd and 23rd. We have a big race event here in Tampa.
Yeah. And I know I was gonna say, Ashley, you need to unmute yourself because you are in Florida and you love to like.
And
run
I was actually just in Tampa today. We went to the aquarium, the Clearwater Aquarium, so probably right near you.
Yes,
But I love races. I do 5Ks, halves. I try to do everything, so that's awesome.
How far away are you from Tampa?
I'm in Davenport, so to get to Clearwater Aquarium, it took us an hour, 25 minutes. So Tampa is actually a little bit closer. So
have you ever done the Gasparilla Distance Classics?
no.
Next
I'm
year.
writing it down, though.
They have 4 races and they have race challenges. So you can do
Oh, I love the
Saturday and
challenge.
the 8K on a Sunday. And get
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you. If you don't mind spelling that in the chat later, and then I could write it down properly.
I'll message you separately.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, that makes me really happy. Okay, and then Ashley is going to be starting off doing 21-day fix for the month. That's what we had decided on for you. And oh no, did Adrian have? No, Adrian may have left. Amanda Collison is popping on. I'm gonna unmute you, girl. Oh, it's not gonna let me unmute her.
Hi, I'm here. Sorry, I'm putting the girls to bed though. So it's Miss Danielle. Say hi.
Hi.
It's bedtime routine, so I'm gonna mute myself.
Amanda, before you mute yourself, tell me what workout program you're doing this month.
I am gonna finish up bar blends. I think I start week 6 tomorrow. And then my plan is to start a second round once I finish.
Second round of bar. Okay. Awesome. I'm just trying to keep track of what everybody is doing. So I am doing bar blend as well. It's a 5-day-a-week program, and doing Morning Meltdown, which is a 100-day straight program, or 100 workouts, didn't have to be 100 days. I found that I thrive really well off of the consistency of every day. So on the other days, I'm doing T20 or yoga or something else just for fun during those days, just to keep moving along. I know that Amanda Collison's probably the only one that doesn't have a weight loss goal because she's extra shreddy, but, and maybe you do, I don't know, you just went to Scotland, but I know I still have weight loss goals. I know, Ashley, you came into this with some weight loss goals. Linda, you too. I know that's part of your goal set. So I'm not going to tell you to focus on a number because I don't think that that's beneficial for anybody. But I do want to tell you that about 2 pounds a week is a really sustainable, healthy mindset. So don't go in, even if you have big goals. Like I came into Beachbody with a 100-pound weight loss goal. That's incredibly overwhelming. And when you don't see big, massive change, it gets to be disheartening. So during, my time doing this, I found that 2 pounds a week is a really, really healthy, sustainable way. It also, when you lose a ton of weight really quick, it doesn't tend to last. So it's not, especially like Ashley, I know this is your first time doing this. So if you lose more than that in a week, don't be like, oh my gosh, this isn't sustainable. Da, 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 da. But I don't want people to get so far ahead of themselves that it doesn't end up working out. So I just don't think it works out to be beneficial that way. So concentrate on 2 pounds a week. I think that's really achievable. I know it is for me. And meal plan.
Should we be doing progress photos, a beginning photo tomorrow?
Yes. You can do it today, tomorrow, whenever you're ready. I say whenever you're ready. That's not true. Today or tomorrow. You could have done it yesterday. But yes, today or tomorrow. I will be doing mine tomorrow morning. I had last week, I had some weird stomach stuff going on, and so it's crazy looking. But much better now and feeling all extra good. So,
is there a particular post for that, Danielle?
Yes, tomorrow's introduction post would be good, but also if it just gets put in the feed of the group, it really doesn't matter. I mean, because what's going to happen is no matter where you post it tomorrow in the evening, I'm going to save all of those on my personal computer, and I have a file for each person. And again, that's one of the cool things about taking them. I know you and I had talked about that a little on our call. Like, it's a non-negotiable, so I really don't care if you don't want to take it. Like, I'm sorry, it sucks, but get over it. I never want to take them, but it is the most surefire way that you will see results. And every single time somebody's like, I don't know, I didn't really do it. I didn't lose any pounds, and I don't think I lost any inches, and I don't know, I don't really have a measuring tape. I'm like, take a freaking photo. You have a cell phone, take a photo. Like, set it up on the counter, with a timer. I will ask, and I don't feel like I should have to tell you this, but I will tell you this. You don't have to submit them to the group. You can submit them to me privately if you so choose, but everybody typically does. But I will ask that you wear clothes in them. I know that sounds like something I shouldn't have to say, but I'm going to say it because I've had somebody submit them without clothes on. And I don't think I know for a fact, I know the person. This was several years ago. I know that it wasn't like, oh my gosh, here I'm naked. I think it was just like, there you go. Like, that's my body. And I love that she was so confident that she could do that. But for me and my sensitive eyes, let's please at least wear underwear. Also, I would encourage people to take them in clothing that, and again, I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you this, but I'm going to take them in clothing that you can see the shape of your body in. You don't have to wear a sports bra if you're uncomfortable in a sports bra. I personally find a bathing suit is the most helpful way to track progress. Either that or like a shorts and sports bra. I say that because, I have people do them in their underwear and that's fine. But at some point, what I find is people are ready to share those publicly to inspire other people. And then they're like, crap, my before photo is in my underwear and I'm really not comfortable in that. Find something that you are fine with showing later probably, but also find something that's not a t-shirt and baggy pants because nobody can see your progress in that. Like at some point, yes, like your t-shirt's falling off of you and your pants are falling down. But I find that if you can do, even in a tank top, that you can like, maybe it's too tight to begin with and it'll get looser. That's a really good way to see progress. I can't see progress if you got an oversized t-shirt of your husband's on. Like it really is not helpful. So, and then usually the other tip that I have for that is a photo from the back, a photo from the side, and a photo in the front. And it does help if there's not a ton of background. Like I'm not going to tell you like, don't take it in your bathroom, but I see a lot of people that like snap it in their bathroom and there's like junk everywhere. And just in front of a wall is really good. I feel like we all have a wall somewhere that can do that. And well lit, please, because it's hard to see if it's in the dark. Drink your Shaco every day. Should be a non-negotiable thing to say, and log to the group. If at some point life happens and something gets crazy and you feel that you can no longer be a part of our group, please reach out to me. Don't ghost. It's really annoying when I can't get in touch with people. Like I feel like I'm not doing something right, even though, I don't know, for whatever reason, I always take that on as a personal burden. I get that life happens. Like I totally get it, but I can't support you if you aren't communicating. So that's why it's like written everywhere. You see it all over my stuff. I've been doing this long enough to like emphasize communication. If something about, I've had people that, the nightly accountability triggers some old eating disorder habits for whatever reason in their mind. Fine, don't do that. But you got to tell me, because otherwise I think you've fallen off the face of the earth. You've been eaten by bears. I need to know what's up. So I think that's it, guys. Always know, Linda, you have a coach account. Ashley, you have a coach account. Amanda, I know that you know this already, but you do get a $50 referral bonus from Beachbody for anyone that you bring in with a challenge pack, which is like the bundle pack. So it's an opportunity to cover the cost of your own product and more, plus more, because I mean, like I make a full-time income doing this now. So it's never something I saw myself doing full time, but I mean, it's amazing. And I love being able to do it. You can earn trips and you can help other people. And don't think that you have to coach them personally. That's the beauty of the group. You bring them in, I coach them. We coach them as a team of accountability and support. I think a lot of people get hung up with like, well, I don't know how to coach and I don't want to be a coach. And then don't put them in our group. Let the group support them just like you're being supported in the group. So, okay. I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions for me?
I have a quick one, if that's okay. Sorry, I'm very checklist-minded and homework-minded, Danielle, as you know. I just want to make sure I'm not going to miss anything because I'm not always on social media.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say what I think our responsibility is. So in the morning, there's going to be a prompt to do. Mm-hmm. And then in the evening, there's a prompt to do. Should I be looking for other things throughout the day, or those at least checking in the morning at night? I won't miss something important, if that makes sense.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely. And I will, if there's something outside of that I feel like you specifically need to attend to, whatever that is, like if there's gonna be a mid-month check-in call like this one, I will tag everyone in that.
Okay,
so
good.
That it's an extra thing that is not normally thing. But yeah, my two main things are morning and afternoon, or morning and evening. I'm sorry.
I'll be writing that in my planner as a checklist item. So that's why I wanted to make
everything else is for fun or for entertainment or for education. So if you see it, awesome. If there's something that, I know for a fact you need to see or do, I will tag you specifically.
Okay. Because if I miss something, it's probably because I didn't realize. So I'll make sure I check at least twice.
You're all good. You are all good. Linda, did you have any questions?
No, I'm good. I know how to hunt you down.
Yes, you do. And I mean it when I say, like, I think people think that I'm kidding when I say you're not bothering me. You're not bothering me. Like, this is my job. Like I said, I make a full-time income, more than I made at the newspaper by doing this. It's because I love helping you guys. I want to be there. But again, I need you to tell me that you need help, or you have a question about a recipe, or like, I can't read your mind, I'm not in your house. So that's, the beauty of this, that I can do it anywhere, but also it's like the hardest part because I'm not like right there. So
thank you for you're always so very prompt and responsiveness.
I try to be. And I was telling Ashley, she had said, like, one of my big things is I don't want to bother you at a time, like, for you to mismanage your time because I'm asking questions or whatever. Part of what I've really, really worked on in my business is making sure that I'm honoring my time by still being able to be prompt and responsive. So I only answer people during my work hours. But what's cool is that in Hawaii, my work hours are when most people are asking questions. That was not the case in Tennessee. A lot of times in Tennessee, people would pop in with things or have questions or whatever, as they were, like, for whatever reason, dinner time was a really, like, big surge. And I was all, for a long time, I was like, oh God, if I'm not responding, like, whatever. No, like, it's really cool that lines up without me really having to do anything anymore. So I try to be responsive. Yay, go team. I'm really pumped about this. So self-love is the new black, and I am going to snap a quick little photo. She's going to get my light. So I can see your face. I can see your face. Hi, little Scottish girl. All right, 3, 2, 1, cheese. Nope, just kidding. Cheese. Cute, okay.
Is that okay, Danielle? My overhead light is not on. I'm sorry about the bright corner.
No, you're beautiful. Okay. You're beautiful just the way you are. Okay, I would tell you to move, like Amanda. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, I hope this was honoring your time, and I hope it was beneficial and helpful for you guys. Be on the lookout in the mail in the next week or so for fun little gifties. But I love you, and I will talk to you later.
Bye.
Thanks, Danielle.
Yeah, you're welcome.